My intention of making these videos is to help us be better. And this isn't about like, you suck, you need to be better. It's about like, dang, I am choosing that I want to feel better. So if you want to feel better, if you want to level up, if you want to create a life that you actually enjoy, if you want to stop stressing every day, if you want to stop feeling like there is no hope, if you want to start feeling like, dang, yo, I got this, and I'm super blessed and super thankful for everything in my life, if you want to wake up every day being like, how is this my life? Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Then watch these videos, because I'm going to help you get there. So today, what I want to talk about is 3 main points that all work together. So the one piece is, how do you find your purpose? Like, do I have a purpose? What is it? How do you overcome fear and doubt related to that? And what does it mean to be spiritually minded? So the first thing I'm going to start with is being spiritually minded, because I truly, truly, truly from the bottom of my heart believe that you can only get so far without this piece. Without that peace, and I literally mean P-E-A-C-E, peace, because being spiritual, having spiritual roots, being spiritually grounded and connected is the thing that brings you unconditional love, joy, peace, hope, everything, unconditionally. So without spirituality, you know, you can find momentary happiness, you can find momentary peace, momentary joy, but you won't find it unconditionally. So, excuse me, what does it mean to be spiritually minded? I believe that being spiritually minded is us functioning in our highest vibrational mindset, okay? Everyone has different spiritual beliefs. I'm not here to convert anyone. I'm not here to bash you upside of your head and be like, if your spiritual belief is different than mine, then you're a freaking idiot. And I'm not here to like do that to you. I'm here to help you open yourself up to receive it, because I really don't believe that any person can actually change your mind. I believe that only God can do that. I believe in God. I have a connection with the Holy Spirit. I am led on a daily, continual basis to follow and do things that I get intuition from Him. And I use the word intuition, but it's leading or whatever. Very, very connected. So that's my spiritual grounding. I'm not here to push that on you. You might call your spiritual connectedness the universe. You might call it universal intelligence. You might call it God. Your God might be different than my God. But I do kind of want to speak specifically to people who do call universal intelligence, like to ask yourself, what is that? And that's the only piece that I'm going to say about that. So whatever you call it, when I say God, when I say Holy Spirit, if you call this universal intelligence, for some people that's a way more comfortable word to sit with as you're navigating, you know, your spiritual roadmap. So take it for what it is, and hear what I'm going to give to you that's going to help you. Hopefully you're still with me and you're still watching, and hopefully all that spiritual stuff didn't freak you out. There's going to be a lot more of that. If you're not into it, don't keep watching my videos, because it's who I am, and that's where my belief system comes from. So anyway, being spiritually minded, being spiritually grounded is going to have a lot to do with the rest of what I'm going to say. So I'm going to go into, how do you find your purpose, okay? How do you find your purpose? What is that? Like, people talk about that, like purpose, whatever. What the heck does that mean? We all have God-given desires, right? In our heart, the things that we're passionate about, the things that light us up, the things that make us go from like feeling depressed to being like, zoom, like lit up and like oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. This is so awesome. This has filled my soul. I feel satisfied. I feel so like just so much love surrounding this and joy and excitement and everything. I feel like this is me, right? Have you had different things in your life that when you were there, you were like, yes, this is meant for me. This is who I am. This is a part of me. Um, we have to acknowledge those things as our God-given desires. We all have them. They are all totally, completely different, and it can be from like as different as, somebody who loves living in a city with like wall to wall people and that filling them up, them being in with people like that, to someone who lives on a prairie and the nearest neighbor to them is like miles away. And when they're there on their land, they're like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. People who thrive for the sea, who like being at the ocean or being around water just fills their soul, it soothes their soul, to people who like need to be on a mountain, like touching a mountain, feet on the mountain, skiing on a mountain, climbing a mountain, them being grounded with the mountain fills their soul. People who love helping other people, like myself. Like I love counseling, I love coaching, I love working with my life coaching clients so much. I love personal training people. I love helping people with their nutrition. Like it fills my soul to sit down with someone to find the thing that's been holding them back and to help catapult them into changing their life. Like that soothes my soul. And there's people who love sitting down and working with numbers. Like they get into a book of accounts or they get onto a computer and bring up different things, programming, whatever, and they're like, yes, like I love this. This fills my soul. So vastly different. The point is that we all have something that we are so drawn to, that when we are involved with that thing, that it soothes our soul, that it fills us up. It makes us feel a sense of accomplishment. It makes us feel a sense of worth, of purpose. And the most important thing about this is you can't ignore those things, because that thing that you desire, that you enjoy so much, it is your God-given purpose. There is something about that you are specifically supposed to pour into, press into, and create something with that purpose. So I want to ask you this question. How much of your life do you spend chasing, pursuing, working on those areas of your life that you are gifted in, that you're talented in, that you feel that passion about? Do you spend the majority of your life pressing into that thing and creating your life around that thing, whether you're creating a business, whether you're pursuing a career with it, whether you're working in a charity to help other people, or whatever it is that you're doing with that? How much of your life do you spend involved in that thing? And on the contrast, how much of your life do you spend doing all the things that are opposite of that because it's what society tells you have to do? It's what your friends and family tell you have to do. How many times have you talked to people about your passion and you've had people say, well, that's a nice hobby, but you need a career? Or, that's cool to do, occasionally, but you can't build your life around that. Like, oh, I wish I had the time to do this all the time, but I have to work. So what I really want to talk to you about is, I feel like I was too far away and I need to move my chair closer. Do you guys feel closer to me now? So weird. I'm so weird. So how do you find your purpose? By acknowledging your true heart's desires, by acknowledging your God-given desires. So if you're not acknowledging them, you're not going to find your purpose, because your purpose is your God-given desire that's in your heart. In America, we are in the land of opportunity, but we are also in a land of fear and doubt as well. So the next piece is, how do you overcome your fear and doubt? You overcome your fear and doubt by changing your belief system of what fear actually is. So I want to talk to you about belief. The word belief, right? A lot of times we attach that to religion or, whatever. But beliefs are just practiced thoughts. A belief is something that you have had this thought and you kept going back to it obsessively over and over and over and over again until the point where that belief actually has become something in your life that shapes the way you act, the decisions that you make. It's your belief system. Okay, a belief is just a practice thought. So, changing your belief on what fear is. So a lot of us have created this belief system that fear equals bad things happening, right? So we believe that when I'm afraid of something, that means that something bad is going to happen. I have a fear that if I start my own business, that I'm not going to be able to make it. I have a fear that if I move to a city, I'm going to get murdered and die. I have a fear that if I live in the prairie, I'm going to get attacked by animals and die. I have a fear that if I swim in the ocean, and I really, really love it. I love surfing. I love being in the ocean. I have a fear that if I go out on my surfboard, I'm going to get eaten by sharks and die. I have a fear that if I climb a mountain, I love mountain climbing so much. I have a fear that if I climb mountains, I'm going to slip. I'm not going to latch in right. I'm going to do something and I'm going to die. All right. Anyway, so on and so forth. I have a fear if I leave my career, I'm not going to be able to pay rent. I'm going to lose my house. Blah, 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 blah. What are your fears? What are the things that you're afraid of? I challenge you to make a list of all of the fears that oppose your God-given desires, okay? And then this is what I want you to do with that. I want you to take a lighter and light that list on fire and change your belief to acknowledge that your God-given desires are God-given, okay? Universal intelligence, the one who created the universe, the one who made our bodies to eat food, digest it, get rid of it, our cells to multiply, to do all the crazy things that our bodies do on their own, all right? That God, that creator, that universal intelligence that keeps the earth spinning in its orbit is the one who gave you the desire that you have. And if you let your practice belief of fear keep you from pursuing your God-given desire, you will never find your purpose. You will never live the purpose-filled life that you are meant to live, okay? We are not meant to function in fear. We are meant to function in our God-given desire. We are meant to function as spiritually minded people. So practice shifting your fear. When you start to feel fear, instead of saying, I'm afraid something bad is going to happen, I feel fear, I'm afraid this is going to happen, so that means that must happen, say, I feel fear, and all that means is that my thoughts are not aligned with the truth of what God is already doing. That's all that means. Shift your belief from saying, I'm afraid that something bad is going to happen, to saying, like, I'm afraid I don't feel good, and that means that I'm taking control of this, and in my humanness, like, I'm thinking that I have complete and utter control over everything, and recognize that you're creating a thought and you're creating a belief that doesn't line up with the higher vibrational mindset of, that doesn't line up with spiritual truth, that doesn't line up with the truth that the creator of the universe, that universal intelligence, that God is going to give you everything that you need to function in the purpose that he created you to function in. Okay? We were made this way. It's not a choice. So stop thinking that you have complete control over it. Stop thinking you can predict the future. All right? When you act out of fear, you're thinking you can predict the future. So why not predict something positive instead of something negative? Why not choose to trust? Why not choose to function in a belief system of acknowledging that God's got this, okay? And that you can do all the things that your heart desires because that's what you're meant to do. I know it's so scary. I know there are so many millions of trillions of things that we think can go wrong, but when you stop trying to predict the future and you let go of your fears and you actually start functioning in the way that you were created to function, it's amazing how things just start to line up. Wow, what a coincidence. All these things are falling directly into place the exact way that they need to so that I can live this amazing life doing what I'm passionate about. It's so crazy. Whoa. I challenge you to start doing that. If you have any questions about things specifically of how you can do this, I would love to help you create a strategy, work on a certain mindset piece, reach out, ask questions. I'm here to help. I love doing this. I love helping people so much. And I love that I'm bringing this to you from a position of having lived so much of my life in fear and now doing exactly what I want to be doing. Like literally everything 100% exactly the way that I want to do it. And I still got a roof over my head. So possible. And there's many factors to why I am where I am. And I will say that I absolutely am not doing this by myself. First and foremost, I definitely have my absolute rooting, spiritual groundedness, universal intelligence, God, Holy Spirit leading me into every single thing that I do. But I have absolutely amazing people that I'm connected to that have the same mindset and who totally support me, coach me, hold me accountable, guide me, all that stuff. I have people who are light years ahead of where I am. Light years and light years and light years ahead of where I am. And those are the people that I cling to, that I surround myself with. They are where I want to be. And they are people who love me, who I trust. So I talked about that on one of my videos. Who you surround yourself with is so important. But get help. Ask for help. Ask for help. Ask me for help. Ask someone who is doing what you want to be doing for help. There are so many people out there who are probably doing exactly what you want to be doing, and that's the proof that you need to know that it's possible, is that someone else is doing it, so why not you? But go to those people, make those people your friends, ask them how they did it, and start learning from them and creating the life for yourself. That's what I got for you today. Learn about growing your spiritual roots. Question, how do you find your purpose, and actually acknowledge what your God-given desires are instead of continuously pushing them to the side, and learn to change your belief system about what fear actually is. Fear is nothing but a guide point. That's it. It's just telling us when we're on track and when we're off. It's telling us when we're aligned and when we're not. It's telling us when we need to press into a certain belief and when we need to change our belief and let our actions line up with that. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Anyway, love, peace, and chicken grease. Talk to you guys soon. All right. Sometimes I do weird things, like what do I do with my hands? I don't know.